You're lost in the backcountry with no water. The sun beats down, your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth, and every step feels heavier than the last. You need water now. But where do you find it? First, prioritize finding a safe source of drinking water. Untreated water can carry pathogens that cause serious illness, so always purify any water before consumption. Look for signs of moisture. Areas with lush vegetation or animal tracks often indicate proximity to water sources like streams, rivers, or springs. If you're in an arid environment and cannot find a natural source, consider collecting morning dew on grass blades using a cloth and wringing it out into a container. Another option is to dig for groundwater if you're near rocky areas or riverbeds, but be cautious, as this method may yield brackish water that still requires purification. Remember, survival should never compromise legal protections. Always respect local laws and seasons regarding natural resource use. First off, don't move. Staying put is crucial because moving around can waste precious water through sweating and increase your energy expenditure. Find shade or a sheltered spot under a tree, and stay there to conserve moisture and reduce the risk of dehydration and heat-related illnesses. Remember, untreated water from natural sources like streams or lakes may contain harmful pathogens. Always purify it before drinking. So how do you actually find water out here? The first step, look for clues. Start with the obvious signs of water sources like streams or rivers. If you don't see any, look for plants that typically grow near water, such as mosses and ferns. Notice if certain trees or bushes appear lush and green compared to their surroundings, which could indicate moisture in the soil. Remember, however, that finding surface water doesn't guarantee it's safe to drink. Always purify water before consumption to avoid pathogens and ensure safety. Now think like a plant. Where would they grow? Low-lying areas collect water from rain and runoff, so head downhill if you can. Follow dry creek beds. Water flows downstream, even when it's not visible. And pay attention to the ground. Soft soil or mud means water may be nearby. However, always ensure any collected water is purified before drinking to avoid pathogens that cause illness. But don't just rely on your eyes. Listen for trickling sounds. Even a faint drip could indicate an underground spring or a hidden stream nearby. However, be aware that finding water isn't always this straightforward. If you hear water, it's often close by, but in the backcountry, water sources can be scarce and hard to find. Always carry a reliable means of purifying any collected water, as natural sources may harbor harmful pathogens. Next up, use your nose carefully. Water has a distinct scent that's hard to miss once you get used to it, but also be cautious of any unpleasant odors indicating contamination. Follow the smell downhill and see where it leads, ensuring you purify any water before drinking. Keep an eye out for animals. They often know where the water is. If birds are flying in one direction or insects like mosquitoes are swarming, they could be heading toward a nearby water source. Remember to check local laws regarding water collection methods and always practice safe hydration techniques. Now, let's talk about how to find water when there's no clear sign of it around. One trick, dig a seep hole. Find a low spot on dry ground and start digging a shallow depression about 2 feet deep and wide. Keep digging until you hit wet soil or standing water appears in the bottom. While this method can work well in arid regions, always be cautious as the water collected may need purification to ensure it's safe for consumption. Remember, untreated water from natural sources can contain harmful pathogens that could cause illness. Make sure to have a reliable method of water purification like a filter or chemical treatment with you at all times. Another option is to collect morning dew. Use any absorbent cloth like a bandana or shirt and wipe it along grassy surfaces where dew has collected overnight. Once saturated, squeeze the moisture into a container. This method may yield only small amounts of water, but every drop can be crucial in preventing dehydration. Remember that while this technique is useful, Untreated natural sources like dew should always be purified to avoid potential pathogens. But what if you're desperate for water in the backcountry heat? You can use solar stills or transpiration bags. A solar still is simple. Dig a hole about 2 feet wide and deep, place a cup in it, then cover it with clear plastic wrap, securing the edges to create an enclosed space. Place a small rock on top of the plastic so that it slopes down over your cup. As sunlight heats up the ground and moisture evaporates, condensation will form on the underside of the plastic, dripping into your container. Remember, while these methods can be life-saving in emergencies, always carry plenty of water when venturing into the backcountry to avoid dehydration risks. And never drink untreated water from natural sources due to potential pathogens. Purify it first through boiling or chemical treatment. Transpiration bags can be a great way to collect condensation in the backcountry, but it's important to know that they might not yield much water. Find a bush or tree with lots of leaves, making sure you're on public land where collecting resources is allowed and respecting any local regulations. Cover its branches carefully with a clear plastic bag, ensuring no damage to the plant. The plant transpires, releasing moisture into the air, which collects inside the bag over time. While this method can provide some water in emergencies, it's often insufficient for prolonged survival needs. Always prioritize finding other reliable sources of water and purify any collected water before drinking to avoid pathogens that could cause illness. Now here's a crucial tip. Don't drink just any water you find, as it could be contaminated with harmful pathogens. Use your purification methods wisely. Boiling is always best if you have a fire source and pot, but that requires fuel and time. If not, use chemical tablets or a portable filter to clean the water before drinking. Always ensure the water is safe to drink to prevent illness. Remember, local laws may regulate water collection in some areas, so be aware of any restrictions when traveling. But what if you're out of resources? Boiling water is the best way to purify it. Adding a pinch of salt can improve the taste but doesn't enhance safety. Always boil water thoroughly to kill harmful microorganisms. Be cautious, as salt can make you thirstier and shouldn't be relied upon long-term for purification. Always carry a means of purifying water like a filter or chemical treatments when venturing into backcountry areas. Another option, purification tablets or iodine tablets can quickly disinfect water. Drop the tablet into your water container, close it and shake well. Follow the instructions for proper waiting times before consumption. Remember, these are emergency measures. Use them sparingly to conserve your water supply. Always ensure you have a backup method of purifying water, such as boiling or using a filtration system, in case tablets run out. But let's be honest, finding water is hard. It's not just about techniques. It's crucial to know when you need it early on and plan accordingly. Always carry plenty of water and understand how much you'll need based on conditions, aiming for at least 1 liter per hour in extreme heat. However, balance that with practicality. Carrying too much can slow you down, so stay smart and hydrate efficiently by purifying water from natural sources when necessary. Now here's the tough part. If all else fails, ration your sweat by conserving moisture and staying in the shade during peak heat hours. If you're lost without water and no signs of help, avoid exertion during the day when temperatures are highest. At night, when it's cooler, venture out to search for water more efficiently. Remember, untreated wild water can carry harmful pathogens, so if you find a source, purify your water before drinking it by boiling or using chemical treatments. Always prioritize finding safe water over any other resource in survival situations. Remember, dehydration can lead to serious health issues very quickly. In hot conditions, it's crucial to locate a water source as soon as possible because every drop counts for your survival. However, never drink from unknown bodies of water without purifying it first. Use methods like boiling or chemical treatments to ensure the water is safe from harmful pathogens and parasites. Water is power in survival situations. It fuels your movements and keeps you going safely. Let's recap. Stay put. Look for clues like plants or low-lying areas. Use sounds and smells to track down water sources. Dig holes in damp spots if necessary, and always purify water before drinking, even when desperate. Remember, never rely on your sweat as a water source. It's crucial to find actual water instead. Stay aware of the risks of dehydration and hypothermia, and follow local laws for any activities like trapping or hunting, which require permits and respect protected species. But the step that saves you is still coming. What happens if you run out of time? Prioritizing hydration is crucial. Water is essential for survival in the backcountry heat. Your body can last longer without food than without water, so focus on finding a safe and reliable source of drinking water before anything else. Remember to purify any water from natural sources to avoid pathogens that could make you ill. And that's not even the mistake that kills people, getting lost while searching for water. If you don't know where to find it safely, stay put and conserve whatever water you have until help arrives. Moving around aimlessly wastes valuable resources like water and energy, which are crucial in this environment. Remember, always purify any water you find before drinking to avoid pathogens that can cause serious illness. Hold that thought, it matters in a minute. Here, that's how it ties together. If you run dry, you're running out of time too. Every step without water is one closer to dehydration, which can be deadly. So when the heat bears down on you, don't panic. Stay calm, look for signs of water sources such as vegetation and animal tracks, and use every trick at your disposal. Remember, always purify any collected water before drinking it, as untreated water can carry harmful pathogens. But there's more to consider when your water runs dry in the backcountry heat. You can try making a solar still or digging a hole in moist soil or near vegetation, but these methods won't provide immediate relief and aren't always reliable sources of clean drinking water. Purification is absolutely key. Water that looks clear might harbor harmful pathogens. Always carry purification tablets or filters and ration them carefully to ensure they last throughout your journey.